And so I'm always kind of cautious where I put the slider of the metaphorical versus the literal. Of do I think that that angel literally is, approximately 7 feet tall? I think maybe that kind of reality is maybe an inaccurate way to think of it in the physical sense.
Yeah.
But it is a representation of authority. That sword is literally used to cleave things is maybe going a little bit too literally, but understanding that its shape has a kind of literary sort of meaning, in the way that it looks.
My friend Andrew Clavin makes this point that, which sometimes people think is too cute, but I think it's actually quite insightful, which is that the word literal refers to letters, which are symbols.
Yes.
So one does not, and also if you really believe, as I do, that man is body and soul, that that we're not just all materialists or bags of flesh, then then the line between the literal and the figurative is going to be pretty blurry. And if you believe that God took on flesh and dwelled among us, then it's going to be even more, all the more so inseparable.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, that's definitely one thing I always try to emphasize to people is, especially in our kind of Western materialistic society, where we're so used to, even from a young age, being trained to focus on the material and to see it as more valuable or real, that when we approach some of these things, we think of it as like, oh, this is the other place, or this is this faraway place, when really this is just part of creation. It's one integrated system.
Right. If I notice mathematical patterns or geometric patterns, it's not that the math is like totally separable from the flowers or whatever I'm looking at. It's the created world, right? So these things often inhere in one another.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is part of your everyday experience, and it's been going on for a very long time. When you do finally come clean about what you're seeing, you're in this nurturing environment where they don't send you to the loony bin. They just say, maybe this is a spiritual experience.
Yeah, which I'm very fortunate, because after writing about it and speaking about it for several years now, I've run into a lot of people who were not as fortunate, who have been able to see in the spirit since they were quite young, but were either in dangerous environments or environments that deeply misunderstood what was going on and suppressed it or whatever else. And so I was very fortunate, but there was still a lot of initial challenge.